Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome inside King Arena for the final home game of the 2017 portion of the Wheaton men's basketball schedule. I'm Rusty Lindsay alongside Caleb Springer as we get set to take you to tip-off. Wheaton hosting the Scots of Alma College, who have spent a majority of their pre-conference schedule touring the CCIW. This will be their fifth conference opponent for out of the CCIW. They are 0-4, including a 23-point loss last night against North Central. And Caleb, this is a Scots team that's not doing themselves any favor with scheduling. You look at a back-to-back road trip with Augustana and Illinois Wesleyan, and they play last night at home, come on the road. This is a Scots team that's looking to find some consistency, 1-5, and they're going to be the team that at least played last night. Wheaton's coming off a 12-day layoff. What do you look at when you look at these two teams?
Yeah, with Alma, as you said, they've played an unbelievably tough schedule. They also played at WashU, a top 10 team in the nation. Yeah, and they shoot pretty well from three. They actually make around 10 threes per game, but they're 327th in scoring offense and 360th in scoring defense. So they have struggled on both ends of the court so far this year, which has led to their 1-5 record. Yeah, a couple keys tonight. I really think Wheaton, they have to guard the three-point line well. Coach Panner mentioned that before the game. They got to run them off the line. And for Alma, it's just a game of where's Aston. Make someone else beat you.
This has been a team that this might be a team that's a little bit of a get well team for Wheaton. Wheaton's struggling on the boards, and Coach Schauer continues to say we just got to get rebounds. This is a team that it's actually out rebounding Alma by a little bit under a board a game, but Alma's getting out rebounded by 11 per night. Wheaton only get out rebounded by 6. So this could be a game where we see Wheaton do some things, fix some things that they have not done well recently. Right now, we will send things across the floor. Public address announcer Tim Martin with the presentation of the national anthem and starting lineups as we get set here at King Arena.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Wheaton College basketball. Tonight we have Wheaton College Thunder going against the Alma College Scots. And now everyone please rise to the playing of the national anthem.
And now the starting lineups. First for the visitors from Alma. At one guard, a 5'9" sophomore out of Sterling Heights, number 1, Luke Lamoureux. The other guard, 6'2" sophomore out of Lowell, number 12, Ray Stevens. At 1 forward, a 6'3" senior out of Ada, number 23, Rob Holmes. The other forward, a 6'4" senior out of Stanford, number 32, Kevin Scheibert. And at center, a 6'7" junior out of Mason, number 44, Doug Bradfield. Alma College is coached by Sam Hargraves, who's assisted by Charlie Goffnett and Ryan Clark. And now, Wheaton College fans, on your feet, the starting lineup for your Wheaton College Thunder. At one guard, a 6'1" junior out of Tyler, Texas, number 1, Aston Francis. The other guard, 6'3", senior out of New Trier High School, number 22, Ricky Samuelson. At 1'4" to 6'5", junior out of Maitland, number 3, Kobe Eichelberger. The other forward to 6'4", junior out of Medina, Ohio, number 34, Luke Peters. And at center, a 6'6", junior out of Flint, Texas, number 5, Trevor Gunter. Wheaton College is coached by Mike Schauer, who's assisted by JP, John Panner, and Shantae Gibbs.
So there you see the starters almost switching it up a little bit. Luke Lamoureux, the sophomore guard, is going to get his first start, replacing Kevin Gamble, who is their leading scorer, but only scored 4 points in 16 minutes last night against North Central. So you wonder about the health of Gamble there. They will go with Lamoureux, Ryan Stevens, Rob Holmes, Kevin Scheibert, and Doug Bradfield. Bradfield in the middle one is the all-time block leader at Alma, ranks in the top 15 in the country in active blocks with 125, top 20 this season, averaging over 2 a game. Wheaton goes with a usual 5, Francis, Eichelberger, Gunter, Samuelson, and Peters. You talked about it at the top of the broadcast. They're going to have to play Where's Aston. We're still waiting. Aston has shown those impressive flashes. We're still waiting for a complete 40-minute game from number 1 in white for the Thunder.
Yeah, and Coach Schauer has talked a lot about Aston's defense being a problem, so let's see if he has a focused defensive effort here tonight.
Motion offense from the Scots out of the gate, and it is Gunter with a block on the initial shot, and the ball will stay with Alma. 19 on the shot clock, 19:47 as we are underway here from King Arena. Again, I'm Rusty Lindsay alongside Caleb Springer. Thanks for tuning in here tonight to a non-conference matchup, Wheaton's last home matchup here of the 2017 part of the schedule. Down into Bradford, mismatch against Francis, and that's a mouse-in-the-house layup for Doug Bradfield.
Yeah, good little play there to get the switch. And Alma will play a zone defense for the majority of this game, but it's an active defense. They aren't trying to slow you down. They're actually trying to speed you up.
Peters trying to get to the baseline on Bradfield. Kick out, Eichelberger. Francis, the deep 3. Got it. That's the one we haven't seen yet this year out of his repertoire. The one from the volleyball line, and Wheaton with the first lead of the night for the Thunder.
Yeah, I have a strong feeling Francis will put up a lot of threes with Alma's zone.
Francis averaging 27, almost 28 points tonight, as again Alma looking to get the ball into the block, even though they're giving up some size. Right hand, and it is good for Kevin Scheibert, 6'4", senior out of Sanford, Michigan, and Alma retakes the lead 4-3 in the early minutes. Down to Eichelberger on the other end, and that's the one thing you can use to your advantage. Bradfield gets the blocks, but he will aggressively go up with his 6'7" frame. If you can get him in the air, you can get him to the bench.
Yeah, and with Gamble on the bench, we're not sure why. If Bradfield gets into foul trouble, that really makes this Alma team much shorter.
Gamble really changes the aspect of this lineup for the Scots as Eichelberger makes the first. Gamble's a 6'8" junior, averaging just shy of 13 points and over 4 rebounds a game. So you can really put some size in the middle with 6'7", 6'8". Instead, they go to Lamoureux, who's only 5'9", really changes the complexion of what Alma's putting on the floor. As Eichelberger converts both free throws, and Wheaton retakes the lead at 5-4. Alma wearing the road maroon kits here with the plaid side stripe, and right back in they go to Rob Holmes, working against Eichelberger. Tries for the baseline. It's not there, and a kick out again. 15 on the shot clock for the Scots as they reset. Baseline drive, got away with a travel, and Holmes will kick it out again. Bradfield will drive up and under the shot. No good. Gets his own rebound and puts it up again in the lane, and it's good.
Yeah, nice little offensive rebound there. They expected Wheaton to actually win the rebounding battle tonight, but Alma with an early offensive board.
No hesitation. Jay Spencer straight to the bench to check in for the Thunder. Francis gets it back right wing. Shot fake into the lane. Well closed down. Kick out Samuelson for 3, and it's good.
Samuelson's leading the country in three-point field goal percentage at nearly 70% still.
And it's safe to say that Ricky's been quiet the last few nights. Obviously, that's something when you're coming off back-to-back 30-point games at the front of the year. But they would look to get Samuelson more involved if they can. Right back in they go. Holmes tries the baseline. Kick out 3 for Scheibert on the way, and it's good. There you see, you talked about it, the three-point acumen of Alma, and they take a 9-8 lead. Wheaton's biggest struggle is also their strength, is that they're going to have to try not to jack up 33s against this zone if they can. Gunter tries to get to the hoop, can't get there, denied, and Bradfield with a strong rebound. Alma in transition with Lamoureux at the point, bounces to Bradfield, 30 feet out. Baseline jumper here for Holmes, no good, and Gunter gets the rebound. Running with Eichelberger, pull up three, right wing, way off. Easy rebound for Scheibert.
Eichelberger has not shot well from three, just 25% on the season. He struggled with some confidence from beyond the three-point line.
And you do not see Kobe in a transition pull-up game very often. As Lamoureux plays duck and cover with the screen, kick out three. It's again Scheibert, no good. And Francis with a great box out of the 6'7" center, and that's second foul on Brad Woodfield. And you saw it, they caught him on the switch again, and a great box out by Aston Francis, who's given up about 6 inches to Bradfield and will send him to the bench. Wheaton will bring in Spencer Peterson and Jay Spencer to take out Gunter and Eichelberger.
Yeah, interesting that Gamble didn't start. Seeing he's on the court now, who knows why he was out.
For Almost sake, good to know that he's healthy again. Just 1 of 9 shooting last night against North Central, and as a big player, that's a tough task with Alex Sorensen in the middle and the depth of their height. Spencer turnaround, right hand soft, and Wheaton takes a 10-9 lead. That is a front line for North Central that will cause problems for a lot of teams with Sorensen and Raritan, and really wore down the Scots last night. Sorensen and Raritan both in double digits in rebounds. Down low to Gamble, working against Peterson. Gamble trying to power his way to the hoop and does. Gamble at 6'8", 250, Spencer 6'5", 230. That's going to be a fun matchup to watch tonight.
Yeah, there's not many people that Wheaton has played that can back down Spencer Peterson, but Gamble is one of those that we saw there.
And a foul is called on the baseline as Peterson tried to drive. Foul goes against Rob Holmes, his first, team's third. We're going to see a trio of subs here for the Scots. They will definitely get a little bigger with Lamoureux headed to the bench. You're going to see Stephen Harvey, Jason Marley, and Preston Laquetta. And if Marley sounds familiar, that's the nephew of Thunder Dan Marley, now the head coach at Grand Canyon and all-NBA player, as Francis misses the three. Peterson, the offensive rebound, kick out, and Wheaton will reset. And a little bit of a matchup man look this time from Alma. It is an aggressive zone, as you mentioned. Peters into the lane. Left hand is good. Around the challenge from Gamble.
Yeah, the problem so far has not been on the offensive end for the Thunder. They just need to start getting some stops.
Gamble's built pretty familiar to the Gamble that Wheaton would have recently been familiar with in Landon Gamble from North Central. Big body in the middle. 18 on the shot clock as Laquetta hands off to Scheibert, top of the key, trying to get into the rhythm as Marley will swing it into the pocket. Down low, Peters had it fronted and it's thrown away. Active away from the ball as Luke Peters gets into the denial lane and forces the first turnover of the day for Alma. Peterson going to be the important guy here in the middle of that zone, just trying to open up the free throw line. Peters drives, leaves it for Spencer, 10 foot from the baseline, rattles around, no good, and Gamble comes flying in to grab the rebound, and he will run point in transition.
Yeah, he's someone who can take the ball up the court.
Both of these bigs for Alma very athletic, as bullying his way to the basket is Laquetta for the scooping right-hand lay-in. Back and forth we go in the opening minutes, and a foul is called against Stephen Harvey. That'll be his first, and quickly 14 fouls against Alma. Wheaton yet to commit a foul.
Yeah, this is a classic kind of trap game, as coaches call it, where it's post-exams, no students in the building, not a lot of energy. A lot of your energy has to come from within. And Alma is coming into this game just coming off a loss to North Central, so they're motivated to play hard. Wheaton kind of needs to find that energy.
Peterson, turnaround on the baseline, right rim, left rim, no good as Gamble again grabs the rebound. Wheaton also coming off a layoff. They haven't played since last Saturday. That double overtime win over Elmhurst. Stevens is back in. Gamble's going to try the triple. Front iron, and again it's Francis with a strong rebound, but he knocked it away from Spencer and right to Preston Laquetta, and there we have the first foul of the game, and it will go against Aston Francis.
Yeah, and early on, Alma up 4 on the rebounding battle. They have 3 offensive rebounds. I know that does not make Coach Hauer very happy.
No, he's never happy about losing the rebounding battle, but especially to an Alma team that's given up 11 more rebounds per game than what they grab. First free throw good. They call it a shooting foul on Francis as Laquetta is at the line. Second free throw on the way is good. Biggest lead of the night for Alma here, 15-12. Decent crowd on hand, as you mentioned, with campus practically empty. Skip pass to Francis. He'll key up the triple, and that is good. Great ball movement, and Francis has his second three of the night.
If you're Alma, I know you're playing a zone, but you have to have more recognition of where he is on the court. If he could step into threes, he's going to knock him down all game.
And it's great to see him get going early. With the exception of the Milliken game, Athens struggled in the first half from deep. It really has been a second-half player thus far. Marley dribbles around the hedge. Three ball is good for Jason Marley, the freshman out of Rockfield, Michigan. That equals his season average, 3 points a night. Francis, step back three in the corner. No good, and Gamble, again the rebound, and they get bodies going all over the place underneath, and I think that's going to go against Marley. As he dragged Peterson down, it does. That's against Marley, his first, team's fifth.
Yeah, already 5 fouls for Alma. Let's see if Wheaton can take advantage of that. Just 2 more fouls, they'll be in the bonus the rest of the half.
And they have shot free throws well of late. Peters into the lane. Might have got away with the travel. Kicks out to Quam, and Wheaton into the reset and lost it as Francis ran into the back of Spencer. Up ahead, and Jay tracks it down for the block, and a late foul called against Jay Spencer. So Ryan Stevens will go to the free throw line.
Oh, it's close. He might have got him down low, but up top he got all ball.
Jay's verticality is normally where he's fine. It's that hand underneath and the body presence that usually gets Spencer in trouble in the air. His first, team's second. Eichelberger ready to check back in as Ryan Stevens is short on the first of 2 attempts. Kobe back in, replacing Luke Peters. Alma, a 60% free throw shooting team. You're not going to look at either one of these teams' resumes from the charity stripe as impressive. Both of them sub 70%. But he splits the pair, and it's a 4-point lead for the Scots. Quam leaves it for Francis right side, driving to the baseline, cut off well. He's doubled, back to Quam, into the corner. Peterson jumps into the three ball, and then it's long. Kobe trying to track him down, and instead it's Stevens. Stevens on the point in transition to the right wing. Another three from Alma's no good. Long rebound to Marley.
Another offensive rebound. Alma just wants it more in the early going.
Wheaton was in good position on the boards, but long shots lead to long rebounds, and especially in transition, that's going to favor Alma. Marley guarded by Francis. Screen from Gamble. He will roll to the basket. Handoff knocked away by Quam into the backcourt. Stevens tracks it down, 10 on the shot clock as he comes back across the timeline. Double screen, drops into Gamble. Gamble blocked by Spencer, taken away by Eichelberger. Wheaton out in transition. Francis to the middle of the floor. Draws the double, leaves it for Peterson, and back to Francis. He's hit one from there already tonight. Down the lane, Francis, and it's thrown away to Marley. Sloppy play from the Thunder the last couple times down. Marley looking for Stevens. Back up top. Holmes has tried that shot a few times. All the way to the basket and count it for Preston Laquetta. See it here on the Realty Executives replay. Peterson stepped over to take the charge, but a little Euro step from Laquetta cleared the contact. And a nice finish from the 6'5" sophomore.
Yeah, the Euro step really was the difference in between the charge block call. He kind of hit Peterson on the side versus straight on, and normally the refs will call that a block.
Alma shooting 53% from the field here in the early going, 8 of 15. They're 2 of 5 from deep. Wheaton shooting 41%, 3 of 7 from deep. As Laquetta converts the three-point play, a pair of subs for Alma. Holmes back in, along with Scheibert.
A key stat early on, points in the paint. Alma has 12 and Wheaton only has 2.
And you mentioned the rebound battle. We've already had 10 lead changes in this game. Samuelson also back in with the free throw, along with Gunter, who holds in the pocket. Ricky around the screen, right wing, picks up his dribble to the free throw line for Cade Alioth. Ricky for 3 out of the corner. Great kick by Alioth. Strong rebound by the rookie. Trying to go back up. Blocked by Gamble and taken away. Alma trying to push. Marley thought about the 3, lost his balance. Into the corner for Scheibert. He's hit one already. They're really trying to work Gamble. Gunter with the front. Gamble with the easy finish.
A good feed there from Stevens to Gamble. Stevens averages around 6 assists per game. Their offense really revolves around him. A beautiful passing for Gamble.
Simple high-low basketball. 3 no good, and again, Alma just dominating the glass here. No good in transition. Quam grabs the rebound. This is a 10-point run for the Scots. This game was tied at 15. Ricky in transition will pull it back out to the wing. That active matchup zone for the Scots. They've been in it since the tip. We're almost to the halfway point of the half. Quam down to the block for Gunter. Back up top, Eichelberger skips to Samuelson. Samuelson pulls up just outside the elbow. No good. Gamble goes over the top to tip it out, but Eichelberger tracks it down. Wheaton hasn't scored in 4 minutes. Who's it going to come from with Francis off the floor right now? Gunter at the free throw line, drives on Gamble. Spinning back to the right hand, shots up, no, and it's good. Gamble came down with that hand-made contact, and that'll be the 6th team foul against the Scots, first against Gamble.
Yeah, and I think Wheaton really needs to work for some great shots. Coach Pander said before the game, against Alma's zone, you're going to get a lot of good shots in the middle of possession, but you got to work for that great shot. And I think early on, Wheaton has settled for too many three-point jumpers. 9 of their 16 shots so far from mid from 3. You can get those anytime you want in a possession against a zone. They need to work it inside and have more inside-out action.
Free throw is no good for Gunter. It does stop the 9-0 run and the 4-minute scoring drought. Lamoureux back into the game, as is Bradfield with 2 fouls. Great hand on the baseline pass. Alma's in trouble, and Francis has a steal. 3-on-3 the other way. Aston pulls up at the elbow. Knocks it down. He's got 8. 5-point game here as we go past the midway point of the first half. I'm Rusty Lindsay with Caleb Springer. Thanks for tuning in here on WTSN. Shots no good. Rebound to Samuelson. And Wheaton will slow it up with Francis running the point on the floor with Samuelson, Gunter, Elliott, who hasn't seen a whole lot of run recently, and Kobe Eichelberger. The freshman Elliott's a strong rebounder. It'd be nice to see him get some confidence in this game. To the free throw line for the rookie. Back out to Francis, matched up as they switch it with Lamoureux. 8 on the shot clock. High screen from Eichelberger. Driving left, they double off the screen, skip past to Samuelson. Wide open 3, and he's not going to miss.
He will not miss that. 2 of 3 on the night, 70% on the season. Leads the country, as we said earlier.
9-0 run for the Scots, answered by a 7-0 run in less than a minute here for the Thunder. Great back cut by Stevens and a better pass by Holmes.
Alma is on track to score 80, 90 points this game. That's just unacceptable effort so far from Wheaton.
This was a high-scoring game last year with the Scots winning 97-87 at home. Kick out, Eichelberger thought about the 3, and a foul by Rob Holmes, and that'll put Kobe at the line, and Wheaton will be shooting free throws for the last 8:49 here in the first half.
Yeah, we talk about Kobe Eichelberger a lot as kind of the X factor. Him and Jay Spencer, this team. You kind of know you're going to get a lot of scoring from Francis. You know if Samuelson's open, he'll knock him down. But if Eichelberger and Spencer can be scoring double digits, Wheaton has a really good chance to win.
You know, yeah, you're right. You know what you're getting from Francis and Samuelson. It's those two that you mentioned that are the key to Wheaton taking that next step when CCIW play resumes following the turn of the year. Kobe makes that free throw. He's 3 for 3 from the stripe tonight. Because if Eichelberger and Spencer can be in the 8 to 12 point range every night, that really changes what the defense can do on doubles to Aston and leaving Ricky occasionally on help D. Eichelberger knocks down the next free throw as well. 2-point game, 8:48 left in the first half. Into the corner, Lamoureux thought about the 3. Good help from Eichelberger. Drops it down and an easy lay-in for Scheibert. And like you mentioned, they're getting what they want in the paint.
Yeah, now it's 16 points in the paint out of their 26 so far.
As deadly as they are from deep, they're getting it done in close. Nice drop off to Peters. Shot fake going up against Bradfield. He traveled. Quick double down from Bradfield with help from Laqueta. And I got the foot shuffle there by Peters. You see it again on the Realty Executives replay, trying to step through that double team.
Alma's done a good job so far of setting some back cuts, some back screens. just freeing up their players. Wheaton needs to do a better job communicating through them.
Scheibert and Laquetta with 7 to lead the Scots. Francis with 8 to lead the Thunder. Nice move by Bradfield and a nice finish.
Yeah, Bradfield's looked impressive, and coach is trusting him with 2 fouls on the court still in the first half.
Yeah, we're just waiting for the kick ball call there, as Alma thought they had a gift in transition. Yeah, Sam Hargreaves really trusting Bradfield, the junior. Picked up 2 fouls in the first about 4 minutes. And he's played about 2 or 3 minutes since coming back on with those 2. Doing a nice job giving Gamble a break before he could probably come back in and close the half before he picked up his second. Francis at the top, skip to Peters in the corner for 3. Luke for 3, short. Rebound comes knocked loose to Jay Spencer, and we've got a foul as Eichelberger knocked the ball loose. And the foul's going to be on Preston Laquetta. That's his first, team's 8th, and Spencer will shoot a pair, or excuse me, will shoot 1 in the bonus, with Spencer Peterson waiting to check in for Jay.
That was just Luke Peters' 3rd three-point attempt of the season. If you're Alma, if you're going to give up a 3 to anybody on the court, that's give it up to him. So a good job there, but then they failed to finish the possession. Just been an Achilles heel for them all season. As we said, -11 rebounding battle.
Wheaton's closing the gap, 12-10 now, the rebounding edge for the Scots as Spencer knocks them both down. Spencer Peterson back into the game, 4-point lead for the Scots, and a timeout taken by the Thunder. This will be a 30-second timeout. Good opportunity for Mike Schauer to focus his team on the upcoming defensive stop.
Yeah, Alma hot from the field so far, 57% after struggling. I think they only shot around 32% against North Central last night. So they're coming off a really cold game for the field, but today you couldn't tell that happened last night. 12 of 21 from the field, 2 of 5 from 3. They've come out really focused and energetic, and Wheaton hasn't really responded to it yet.
Alma last year had 6 guys in double figures. They shot 53% from the three-point line, 58% from the field. Last night they shot 32% and 22%, just 7 of 31 from the three-point line, and Wheaton goes to a zone now. Gamble's back in the game, skip to the far side, grabbed down by Laquetta. So almost the same looking zone as Alma's running. Skip to the near side, down low to Gamble, tries to get into the lane with the right hand and good.
Gamble's a good player. His dad was a 10-year NBA vet. He has it in his genes.
What we're seeing a lot is Wheaton letting this great drop down, and they're going to get one. If it's Gamble, it's his second. This could be big. We'll see who the foul's on. It's going to be. It is. It's on Gamble, so both of the big men for Alma have 2. A great feed to Spencer Peterson to finish.
Yeah, Gamble. He's had good minutes so far tonight. He hasn't played a lot, but he has 6 points, 3 rebounds in limited minutes. So if he has to sit on the bench, that's a big loss for the Scots.
Peterson can't make the free throw. We've got a whistle and a lane violation, and Spencer's going to get another chance at this. One of the things we're seeing on that end, though, is Wheaton's letting Alma get to the right hand a lot. So they're getting into the lane, they're rolling to their shooting hand. If they can force them out of the middle of the floor from the block, you see a lot less success in block shots there as Peterson takes advantage of the second chance. And it's a 3-point game with 7 minutes to play here in the first half. And Wheaton goes back to man-to-man. So just a 1-possession zone look for the Thunder coming out of the timeout. Down low to Gamble against Peterson. He's got 2. Trying to back down the Thunder big. Into the right hand again. No good, and Peters is the only man there for the rebound. Wheaton can tie it with a 3. In transition, Ricky for the tie. Got it!
3 of 4 on the night. Ricky Samuelson will knock down any 3-pointer you give him if he's open.
You knew Ricky was due for a bounce-back year after the year he had last year, but he has been unbelievably hot this season. Laquetta's going to try the answer. Now good, and Peterson tracks it down. Big opportunity here for the Thunder to steal some momentum with another score. Bounced into Eichelberger, taken away. Deflection by Stevens. In transition, Stevens all the way, can't get it to finish, and a very late foul against Spencer Peterson.
You can't allow Stevens to go coast to coast like that. gets the steal and just runs all the way down the court for a right-handed layup. It's tough to see if there was contact for a foul, but the ref saw it. And I know that doesn't make Coach Schauer happy to see a coast-to-coast attack from the Scots starting guard.
It's the second of the game against Peterson, so that'll bring on Jay Spencer. 2 free throws for Stevens as he makes the first. Spencer into the game for Wheaton, and we will have Marley waiting for the Stevens after he is off the charity stripe. Makes them both. Despite shooting 60% on the year, Alma is now 8 of 9 from the free throw line tonight. Wheaton's only at 69%. They're shooting 7 of 8. So these two teams bucking the trend so far. That's going to be the thing to watch, is where does the regression to the mean come as we move on in this game, especially with Wheaton already shooting free throws. Spencer working against Gamble. Shut down and he traveled. Sam Hargraves has to trust somebody in the middle. Bradfield's got 2. Gamble's got 2. You might see short bursts from these guys till the end of the half, but right now it's Gamble's job not to pick up that third.
And if you're Jay Spencer right now, that has to be in the front of your mind. If Gamble's trying to back you down, maybe take one in the chest and draw an offensive foul here.
Motion look again from the Scots, that high screen look. Marley looking for room, gets it to Lamoureux. 10 on the shot clock. Lamoureux back out Gamble. Shot clock down to 7. A handoff to Lamoureux. Closed out by Peters. Back cut pass given straight to Aston Francis. Waits for help. Wheaton trailing by 2 into the front court. Eichelberger's that might be the matchup if Wheaton can get it. Eichelberger against Marley. But with this zone look, you might not get it where you want it on the floor. Spencer dribble out for 3. No good, and Lamoureux comes flying in at 5'9" to grab the board. Wheaton had tied the rebounding battle. That'll give it back to the Scots. 3 ball on the way from Harvey is good. 5-point run for the Thunder, 5-point run for the Scots. They rebuild their lead at 37-32.
Yeah, and if you're the Thunder on the last possession, Jay Spencer, you can get that shot anytime you want. A little step back 3 is not the great shot that the coaches are looking for. See if they can pass it around more and get better shots. Really
the same shot for him, this time from the baseline. Rebound comes straight to Marley, who leaves it to Harvey. Gamble will bounce down, knocked away by Eichelberger, right back to Gamble. Wheaton back into position. Skip past Harvey on the left corner. Good closeout by Francis and a reset here for Alma. Trying to add to a 5-point lead. High pick and roll, Marley and Gamble. Drop off pass. He'll pull up the jumper. And that is good for Kevin Gamble.
That's just really easy.
Wheaton doesn't have an answer for Gamble. 7-point lead now for the Scots after Wheaton fought to tie it. Jay again from the elbow, no good. Trying to get the rebound, knocked it loose. And Lamoureux trying to make this possibly a double-digit lead for the Scots. Down the lane, no shot. And a foul is going to be called on Eichelberger. That'll be just Wheaton's 5th.
On 3 straight possessions, Spencer has taken a jumper. First 2 I thought were a little bit quick, and the third one especially. So Spencer will go to the bench. You just got to know that after you miss 1 and even 2, you just got to work for a better shot.
Jay's 1 for 5 from the field tonight, struggling for that touch. Handoff Lamoureux. Lamoureux will kick it to the near side. Marley for 3. No good. And Spencer Peterson with the rebound. And Wheaton wisely slows it down into the front court. Francis around the screen from Peters. 3 ball. No good. Rebound to Samuelson. And a reset here. Francis splits the high double. Up and under left hand. And a foul on the shot. That's Bradfield's 3rd.
Wow, that's a very significant play. See on the replay.
Yeah, he was in great position, but he left his feet at the last second, and that's what drew the foul.
Good job of Francis attacking the big man, giving him 3 fouls.
For as aggressive as this zone is around the 3-point line, Wheaton has to do a better job with dribble penetration.
It's true. When you go up against a zone, it's easy to turn into a catch and just kind of stare around offense and not really move. against the zone, you still need a lot of motion. You need a lot of cuts, and you can also attack off the dribble. People think you got to pass around it, but if someone's closing out on you in a zone, you can rip through and get to the basket and drop it off for someone.
Francis has 10 points as he makes both free throws. 39-34 our score. Laquetta driving on Peterson. Gunter challenges, but a silky finger roll by Preston Laquetta, who is also giving Wheaton a lot of problems.
But at the end of the day, your offense isn't too bad right now. You cannot be giving up 40-plus points to Alma at home.
Alma's 2/3 of the way to their season scoring average already here with 2:40 left in the half. Peterson kicks to the corner for Francis. Quick closeout comes from Harvey. He's going to rope it open for a three. No good. Peterson, a strong rebound. Fadeaway jumper in the lane. No good. Gunter can't corral it. Here come the Scots in transition.
I just think Wheaton is taking all the shots that Alma wants you to take, and that's the reason why they run that zone.
Laquetta for three, and it's good. And a foul after the ball went in against Rob Holmes. So count the basket, and then an Alma foul. So it's a 10-point lead for the time being, but Wheaton's going to go shoot 2 free throws.
Laquetta, just great minutes. He's been on fire. 12 points, 4 of 6 from the field, 3 of 3 from the free throw line. Great minutes from the sophomore, 6'5", 215 out of Concord, Michigan.
Had 14 against Wheaton last year, almost all the way there already. Only had 3 last night. Peterson was the one who drew the foul. His first free throw is good. Third foul also against Rob Holmes. So he joins Bradfield with 3 and Gamble already with 2. That's going to be what to watch as we go down the stretch here. Peterson makes both free throws. Neither one of them touches the rim. 8-point lead. Wheaton's got to get stops.
These next 2 minutes are really crucial. Whether Alma extends their leads to double digits going into halftime, or if Wheaton can cut into it before halftime, we'll have a lot to say about the trajectory of this game.
The way Alma's shooting, if you're trailing by less than 3 at halftime, I think you got to feel pretty good about that. Marley using that high screen and now a slip. Great defense from Francis there. Laquetta's going to try it again. Heat check 3, but Lamoureux grabs the long rebound. And Alma's going to run some clock here. That's the thing. Wheaton's actually has the box outs tonight, which we don't always see, but these long rebounds coming from the 3 attempts. A lob in, blocked by Gunter. Grabs his own rebound. 14, Laquetta, open wing 3, good.
Laquetta is just unconscious right now. 15 points, and he only averages 11 a game.
Alma playing with the sense of urgency here tonight that we have not seen a lot from the Scots this season. Peterson on the left wing, quick closeout, out to Francis, guarded by Marley. This is a matchup zone look, high screen Peters. Luke on the left wing, driving into the lane, blocked. Alma has numbers. And an easy dunk in transition for Scheibert.
And the Alma faithful showing out tonight. They are very loud. All the energy and momentum's on Alma's side.
Wheaton trailing by 13. Deep 3 for Francis. Got it. The answer for Francis. Let's see if that can spark a quick finish here. 40 seconds left. Looked like Alma wanted to go for a quick 2 for 1. They still can. Lamoureux kick out Laquetta. Drives on Peterson. Boy, I don't know about that one.
And that's
Peterson's third, but watch it here on the Realty Executives replay. Boy, he just trips.
Unfortunate foul against Peterson. That's his third. I think he's a key player this game because he has the body to bang with Gamble down low. Everyone else on the front court for the Thunder don't have the weight to do that.
Comes into Laquetta, wide open 3. Got it. Just a fade screen for Laquetta. And Wheaton doesn't have the answer. He has 18. And Wheaton will take the last possession of the half. So Alma will lead by at least 10 going into the halftime break here. High screen comes from Eichelberger. Francis going to dance with Lamoureux down the lane. Francis shot up, no good. That'll be 2 on Laquetta at least. And Aston will go to the line with 3.4 seconds left on the clock.
52 points.
For a team that averages 60, just shy of 70 a game. Francis makes the first. Wheaton's been very good from the charity stripe now, 12 of 13. Second free throw rattles in, so 3.4 on the clock here for Alma. Sideline break, great breakup by Samuelson, and that will be the half. Peters' toss came too late, and Alma with an almost perfect first half here at King Arena to take a 52-41 lead. And you mentioned trap games. It's also an opportunity for the road team to come in and fill the gym with your energy, and that's what Alma has done.
Yeah, Wheaton just looked flat. They just looked uninterested on defense, leaving shooters open, allowing backcuts for layups, fouling. It just was not a good effort from Wheaton there in that half.
We'll step aside here at the halftime break. We'll come back with a look at the first half stats and a look ahead to the second half. You are watching Wheaton Thunder basketball on WTSN.
We believe in one sovereign God, eternally existing in three persons, the everlasting Father, His only begotten Son, Jesus Christ, our Lord, and the Holy Spirit, the giver of life.
And we believe that God created the heavens and the earth out of nothing by His spoken word and for His own glory.
We believe that God has revealed Himself and His truth in the created order, in the Scriptures, and supremely in Jesus Christ.
We believe that the Scriptures of the Old and New Testaments are verbally inspired by God and inerrant in the original writing, so that they are fully trustworthy and of supreme and final authority in all they say.
We believe that Jesus Christ was conceived by the Holy Spirit, born of the Virgin Mary, was true God and true man, existing in one person and without sin.
We believe in the resurrection of the crucified body of our Lord, His ascension into heaven, and His present life there for us as Lord, High Priest, and Advocate.
We believe that God directly created Adam and Eve, the historical parents of the entire human race. And they were created in His own image, distinct from all other living creatures, and in a state of original righteousness.
We believe that our first parents sinned by rebelling against God's revealed will, and thereby incurred physical and spiritual death. And as a result, all human beings are born with a sinful nature that leads them to sin in word, thought, and deed.
We believe in the existence of Satan, sin, and evil powers, and that these have been defeated by God in the cross of Christ.
We believe that the Lord Jesus Christ died for our sins, according to the Scriptures, as a representative and substitutionary sacrifice, triumphing over all evil, and that all who believe in Him are justified by His shed blood and forgiven of all their sins.
We believe that all who receive the Lord Jesus Christ by faith are born again of the Holy Spirit, and thereby become children of God, and are enabled to offer spiritual worship acceptable to God.
We believe that the Holy Spirit indwells and gives life to believers, enables them to understand the Scriptures, empowers them for godly living, and equips them for service and witness.
We believe that the one holy universal church is the body of Christ and is composed of Christ's people.
The task of Christ's people in this world is to be God's redeemed people, embodying His love by worshiping God with confession, prayer, and praise, by proclaiming the gospel of God's redemptive love through our Lord Jesus Christ to the ends of the earth by word and deed, by caring for all God's creation, by actively seeking the good of everyone, especially the poor and the needy.
We believe in the blessed hope that Jesus Christ will soon return to this earth, personally, visibly, and unexpectedly, in power and great glory, to gather His elect, to raise the dead, to judge the nations, and to bring His kingdom to fulfillment.
We believe in the bodily resurrection of the just and the unjust, the everlasting punishment of the lost, and the everlasting blessedness of the saved.
And the sun was shining as well as it could on the shadowy river, a good part of the shine being caught in the trees. Since about this time last year, painting the Fox River, starting up in West Dundee in the north, we're going to cover all the way down to Ottawa. I hope that it happens at least with one painting I make out of these 60 that, you know, when you look at it, it just leads you. It's heuristic. You know, it wants you to go. It wants you to encounter. I mean, I sometimes think of it as kind of homesickness, you know, where you feel like your identity is out there somewhere else. You're here, but you have this pull, you know, to be somewhere, and it's an ache. In fact, in Gilead, you know, John Ames at some point talks about this town, Gilead, and he says, you know, this town has been wearied a little and then wearied a little more, and yet he says hope is still there. And I mean, that is the thing. Hope isn't the accomplishment. This whole idea of, you know, when is hope important? It's important when it's dark, you know, when you can't see. That's when it manifests itself as a possibility. So these paintings aren't about a sort of glorious resolution, but I hope they are something that makes one feel a glimmer of hope for possibilities.
Hi, I'm Abby Yoder. I grew up here in Wheaton, and I transferred to Wheaton College because I wanted to be in a place that would shape me as a learner and as a Christ follower. For me, one of the best parts of Wheaton was my time spent at Honey Rock, Wheaton's campus in the Northwoods of Wisconsin, where students can take classes, serve as camp counselors, and be developed as leaders. Honey Rock was a great place for me to grow in my faith, live out my sense for adventure, and form lifelong friendships. Whether it's Honey Rock or one of the many other ways to connect on campus, I'm excited to help you get a vision for life here at Wheaton.
Hi, I'm Nate Brown. College will be one of the most transformational experiences in your life. My education in the context of a Christian community helps shape the way I live and engage the world around me. I love that Wheaton relates Christian liberal arts to the needs of contemporary society. The classes are designed to combine faith and learning, giving you a biblical perspective that's accessible and applicable. Wheaton students are challenged to answer questions like, what does it mean to live as a Christian doctor, engineer, or business professional? Being in an environment with other students and faculty who are passionate about their faith and serious about their education will help you to know who you are in Christ and prepare you to go wherever He leads you. I look forward to helping you find your way to Wheaton. Talk to you soon.
Like when I close my eyes and don't even care if anyone sees me dancing. Like I can fly and I don't even think of touching the ground. Like a heartbeat skip, like an open page, like a one-way trip on an aeroplane. It's the way that I feel when I'm with you. Brand new. Like when I close my eyes and don't even care if anyone sees me dancing. Like I can fly and I don't even think of touching the ground. Like a heartbeat skip, like an open page, like a one-way trip on an aeroplane. It's the way that I feel when I'm with you. Brand new.
Welcome back here to King Arena. I'm Rusty Lindsay along with Caleb Springer as we get set for a second half. Alma leading 52-41. They average only 69 points a game, but they were white hot. And I think for the Scots, you almost wish halftime wouldn't have come because they had it going to close the first half.
Yeah, especially Laketta, 18 first half points. He only averages 11, 3 of 6 from 3. See if the hot shooting continues for the Scots.
The thing to watch for Alma is, do the shooting numbers regress? They can't sustain a 60-point clip, especially from 3. For Wheaton, you've got to get into the paint. Outscored 22-6 in the paint. Deep 3 from Francis and a rebound by Gunter. Wheaton out-rebounded by 4 in the first half. Peters probing in the lane. No good. Gunter again. Kick out Eichelberger. Samuelson for 3 left wing. No good. Gunter again. And a third foul on Gamble. That is huge.
Yeah, it's a big foul. Third on Gamble, and also it's a good sign for the Thunder getting on the offensive glass. Alma does not rebound the ball well out of that zone. Good job early on from the Thunder.
Well, not only that, but Wheaton's bench showing some emotion there, which we haven't seen tonight. This has been all Alma when you look at the emotion of the game. Francis dancing, kick out. Peters will try the 3-ball again. High arcing 3, back iron, long rebound Lamoureux. When Francis went for it in transition, shots no good. Great challenge there by Gunter, but not fouling. So Gunter had 4 offensive rebounds on the first possession. Kobe out of the corner, shot fake, one and done dribble, and into the middle Gunter. Baseline for Peters. Drop off Eichelberger. Gunter underneath, and good. That's what Wheaton hasn't done enough of. Get the ball into the middle.
It's important for Gunter to be active, especially with Alma's bigs in foul trouble. He can be active on the glass. He has 5 fouls to give this half. Let's see if he can get some more offensive rebounds.
You've got to get the ball into the middle of the zone. Collapse it from the inside. Harvey, I think, got away with it. Stevens kind of shuffling the feet on the entry pass. Into the corner, Lamoureux swung to Gamble. Gamble will drive. Right hand against Gunter. Blocked by Gunter. Rebound Gamble. Back with the right hand, and that is good as the shot clock expires.
Gunter's 3rd block of the game. This Wheaton team actually has put up great blocking numbers this season. They're actually 21st.
Bad pass by Peters, stolen away in transition. Easy lay-in for Scheibert.
Yeah, and as I was speaking, just a lazy play there. Scheibert with the layup.
Alma's been in this matchup zone all night. Skip past Stevenson. Francis top of the key. Step back at the top against Stevens. Drives in, fading away shot. No good. Gamble the rebound. Lost it, but it'll be grabbed by Rob Holmes. 3 fouls on Holmes, 3 fouls on Bradfield, 3 fouls on Gamble. Stevens spins on Peters in the lane. No good, and Peters the rebound. Leaves it for Francis. Francis drop off Gunter. Gunter is blocked and fouled. It's against Scheibert.
Wow, let's see on the replay here. Good pass, but I don't know if Scheibert got him. Let's see.
Yeah, he does with the right. As he's going up to challenge, Gunter does a great job protecting the ball late, and that's where the foul came from. It's just the first against Scheibert, team's 2nd. 13 points is tied for the biggest lead of the night for Alma as Gunter misses at the free throw line. He now has both Wheaton misses from the charity stripe. Gamble out, and Laketta back in. Laketta has 2, but he has killed Wheaton. 18 points in the first half as Gunter splits the pair of free throws. This has been a game of runs. This game was tied at 32, and in a couple of 5-point spurts pushed Alma into double figures on the lead. Scheibert to the rack, and it's good. Explosive drive there by Scheibert. This is the biggest lead of the night for Alma.
Scheibert, yeah, as you said, explosive. A good pump fake, attack to the left hand.
Free throw line, Eichelberger. Eichelberger driving right hand, and he has the answer against Laketta, and Mike Schauer's going to use an early timeout here.
Eichelberger with 6 points. We haven't seen too many attacks from him. The zone has taken away. Normally he's so good at a little jab step attack to the right hand, but he has not really gotten the ball much in the offensive flow.
Eichelberger now with 6 points. Other CCIW action today. North Park gets its second win of the year, and gives Lake Forest its second loss of the year. 64-59 for the Vikings. Augustana, who was beaten last year as the number 1 team by Central, holds off the Dutch 82-73 this year. Calvin gets an overtime win at home against Carthage. The Knights now 3-6. Carthage now 5-4. Other Wheaton action earlier today. The Wheaton women's basketball team routed Finlandia 85-50 at the Hope College post-exam jam. Devin Kyler named the tournament MVP. Kyler, Hannah Frazier, and Maggie Dansdale named to the all-tournament team. An impressive showing for the Thunder with 2 wins up at Holland. The Wheaton women will take to the road after Christmas when they go down to the Music City Classic outside of Nashville. They'll get a top 25 team in Scranton and then a weak Marywood team. So a chance for a signature win for the Thunder after Christmas. Wheaton men's team going to have that same chance after this game. They're going to fly out tomorrow to the Pacific Northwest in a game against number 7 Whitworth Waits. And then they will head south to Portland and play George Fox. Wheaton comes out in a zone. We've seen it for 1 possession tonight.
Yeah, I think Coach Schauer's just trying to switch it up. Obviously, man-to-man has not been working. The Scots have gotten whatever they wanted so far.
Laketta step back money, and they get it again.
Laketta's just unconscious, 20 points. He just seems so confident on the court. Every time he catches it, he's going up confidently.
And Wheaton really unfazed, or Alma unfazed. Reagan Jones into the game for the first time. Down low is Peterson. Peterson spinning to the baseline. Shots blocked, and a rebound Laketta. In transition, Scheibert. Picked up by Samuelson as this is a matchup zone look. Corner Laketta closed out by Jones. And Francis took a shot, tipped it away, but as we've seen all night, those balls have gone straight to the Scots. Into the middle, Scheibert, free throw line jumper, no good. Rebound by Luke Peters. Brings it into the front court. Francis from the stripe, and it's good. From the hash in front of the bench. He's got 18.
18 points, 4 threes. He's been shooting the ball well, and yet Wheaton down 11.
Yeah, Wheaton's got to get stops now. You got to build stops on top of scores. Into the lane, drop down, knocked away into Peterson. So Wheaton gets a bounce and a foul, and it's Scheibert's second. Third against the Scots. So Wheaton's got a score and a stop as Bradfield comes back in with 3 fouls along with Stephen Harvey. Scheibert and Rob Holmes to the bench. Bradfield has not had great success here tonight. Been limited by fouls. He played 7 minutes, had 6 points in the first half. See if Wheaton tries to attack him and get him to the bench with 4. Him and Gamble both with 3 in the middle. Jones in the corner, into the middle of the zone. Peterson from the elbow, no good, and a strong rebound by Stevens.
Peterson struggled, 1 of 6 from the field. He had a good game against Elmhurst, 12 points in their double overtime win last game. But for the most part this season, he struggled from the field.
This is Laketta again from the elbow, no good. Laketta really creates some great room for his shot by fading away. Peters drops down to Jones, and Reagan Jones with the layup. And Wheaton's back within single digits here, chipping away, 60-51.
That's Reagan Jones' first points of the season.
Jones is a guy who really fell off with an injury last year. He was a starter early in his career. That injury last year really seemed to put his rhythm off, but he's a guy that gives you great versatility. He can score from the perimeter, gives you athletic length in the middle. Really the guy you want for a zone like this. 5 on the shot clock. I don't think Alma realized it, and it's dribbled out of bounds, so they're going to get a break there because they realize there's only 3. I don't think Alma realized the shot clock was so low.
Yeah, they had no idea. Wheaton just has to play disciplined defense for 3 seconds, hands up, and finish with a rebound.
Watch a fade screen for Laketta here. It comes into Bradfield. He'll shoot the 3. It's short. Rebound by Peters. So Wheaton's building here. Score, stop, score, stop. What can they get here? Leaves it for Peterson. Great hands there by Stevens. Francis feeling out Stevens, got him in the air, skip to Samuelson. Samuelson gets it to Peters. Break down the zone. Floater by Luke is no good, and a rebound by Stephen Harvey.
Peters has struggled tonight too, just 1 of 6, 2 points.
Samuelson gets to steal, and he's out in front of the pack, and Ricky lays it up and in, and Wheaton has cut the lead from 13 to 7. And a timeout taken by the Scots here with 13:58. And for the first time, Wheaton shows signs of life here tonight.
Yeah, good job, Samuelson, getting in the passing lane, igniting a little spark into this Wheaton team. Just down 7 now, 14 minutes left.
Wheaton on a little 7-point run here. They trailed 60-46. That was the biggest lead of the night for Alma, and now it's 7 unanswered for the Thunder.
Yeah, and after only 6 points in the paint in the first half, Wheaton now is up to 14, so they've gotten more points in the paint this half already than they did all last half.
And they've hit the glass well too. 10 offensive rebounds. Gunther's been very active when he's been in there. But this zone, I like what they're doing with this zone, especially when you add the length of Jones and Peterson down low. You have long, athletic bigs there in the middle that can really move well with the ball. So they've got 3 stops in a row, 3 scores in a row. Can they continue to build? Down by 7. Harvey on the floor with Lamoureux, Laquetta, Bradfield, and Stevens. Bradfield will skip to Lamoureux. Thought about the 3, dribbles in. This will be Harvey out of the corner. No good. Peterson the rebound, and Bradfield almost got his 4th there. Samuelson in transition, gets it back to Peterson. And Francis is going to set up the half court. Big opportunity here for the Thunder. Reagan Jones comes up. Great clear out run by Jones cutting through that lane. Peters trying to back down Bradford. Samuelson showed 3. And now it's Francis. Francis right in front of us. It was online but short, and Laquetta tracks it down. Would have been a big one.
Yeah, normally Francis, in the games we've seen so far this season, has gotten hot in the second half to lead the Wheaton team back from a deficit. Or
Samuelson in transition, rattles around it in. And it's worth noting Laquetta's missed his last 2. That's the first time he's missed back-to-back shots. And now some real energy here from the Thunder. This zone has been a great move. And we saw Mike Schauer call that timeout after the early bucket, and that was the decision. Go to the zone and make them beat you that way. Laquetta, kick out. Stevens for 3 from the corner, and it's good.
And that's what you can give up in his zone is once the ball gets to the middle, a kick out to the corner is normally always open. Good recognition there from Laquetta to Stevens.
Francis trying for the answer. Short. And the rebound comes loose to Peters. Lays it up and in. And some energy on the boards here for the Thunder. That's what you like to see. So a 5-point game as we near the 12-minute mark here. From King Arena, I'm Rusty Lindsay alongside Caleb Springer. Lamoureux probing, kick out. Bradfield for 3. And that's good. Bradfield, the big fella, can stroke it. Francis finds Samuelson. Answer. And a 30-second timeout taken by Mike Schauer. I think this is a good one because we're starting to get up and down here and let your team relish this one, but you need to stop coming up.
Absolutely. And Samuelson, 5 of 7 from 3, just continuing to be white hot from the 3-point line this season.
Bradfield's a guy who has struggled from the 3-point line this year, shooting 28% before coming into play tonight. 1 of 2, obviously. But Wheaton's doing a nice job finding their shooters here in transition. You're starting to see the dribble drive. As they're running the floor, the dribble's getting into the middle of the floor. That's what you need to see more of for the Thunder.
Yeah, and although Peters has struggled from the field, just 2 of 7, he's done a good job of finding open shooters. He's up to 6 assists now, which is a good evening for Luke.
As you see his putback there on the Realty Executives replay, Luke's not a guy that's always going to light it up in the scoring column, but he stuffs the stat sheet in other ways. You're going to see Zach Holman on the floor here for the first time tonight. First time we've seen the freshman in a while. Laquetta, skip to Stevens, into the middle. Great closeout there by Holman. Kick out Lamoureux for 3. Boy, Alma just knows where to go with the ball.
That's just Lamoureux's first bucket, but he's been active otherwise. 5 rebounds, 4 assists, and he just stands at 5'9", 155.
He's 1 of 6 from 3-point land before that shot. And a blocking foul against Bradfield. That's his 4th. With 11:18 left, Francis has gotten him in the air to challenge twice. 4th against the Scots, and Bradfield goes to the bench as we see it here on the Realty Executives replay. That stuck out that right leg. That's where it got him.
Yeah, he got outside the restricted area, but he was still moving his legs around and didn't plant himself and take it.
So Gamble comes back in. He has 3. Holman handoff to Francis. Wheaton trailing 69-61. Jay Spencer face up, gets it to Samuelson. Samuelson driving. He'll pull up over Gamble. No good. Rebound by Laquetta. Alma's done a nice job stemming the tide here in the last couple minutes. Wheaton had a big run there. Laquetta, the bucket, and he can't finish, but he's fouled. First foul of the second half against Wheaton. It goes against Jay Spencer. His second. Obviously the team's first, so Laquetta goes to the line. A 75% free throw shooter on the season, being that he's just 3 of 4. A big body who doesn't get to the line much. And he makes the first.
Yeah, his good night continues. Now 21 points.
3 of 4 coming in, I should say. He's 4 of 4 now.
Yeah, he just played out of his mind, really.
Yeah, Jay Spencer, who has just struggled to find rhythm tonight, is going to be replaced by Gunter. And Gunter gave them energy early in this half, as Alma's done a nice job. Wheaton got within 5, and they have pushed it back to 10 here, 71-61. Francis lost the ball on the way up. If it's Gamble, it's his 4th. Nope, it's Lamoureux. I think if it wasn't Lamoureux, Gamble was going to get it. Hard contact on the shot. Wheaton won the first 5 minutes of the half by 5 points. Almost won the last 4 minutes by 4 points. Or excuse me, by 5 points, pushing this back to 10 as Francis hits the free throw.
Yeah, as you said, the Scots did a good job when Wheaton got all the momentum of stemming the tide, of just going back to what got them the lead in the first place. Good, patient offense, finding shooters, getting to the foul line.
It's been a very clean game, both teams with only 6 turnovers. Lamoureux with 2 for the Scots, 3 by Luke Peters. That's the only people with more than 1. Down low, Laquetta, kick out. Stevens tried to skip it, but Wheaton was there. 3 for Harvey, and it's good. Boy, just shooting unbelievably hot from 3 are the Scots. We talked about it at the top. Their 3-point numbers that will really determine their success. Aston Francis can't answer. Gunter grabs the rebound in traffic. Trevor Gunter bringing some big energy on the board. Driving, drops low to Gunter. Gunter is grabbed, tries to go up. Who's it on? It's Harvey, that's 4. Both of the bigs for Alma now have 4 fouls. Boy, that's a huge foul. Gunter set up that foul by grabbing a rebound amongst 3 bodies at the elbow. Both teams with 27 rebounds, Wheaton with 12 offensive. As Gunter makes the first, pair of subs for Alma, Quam for Holman for Wheaton. Lamoureux and Scheibert will replace Stevens and Gamble. As Gunter makes them both. Almost 10 of 19 from 3. That's exactly what they shot in their win last year against Wheaton. 97-87 that game. Marley on the dribble. Wheaton goes back to man-to-man. Marley around Laquetta. They're trying to get Laquetta that pick and pop. Scheibert thought about the 3, looks low. Lamoureux swings to Harvey. 10 on the shot clock. Harvey dribbles around. Laquetta, quick pull 3. No good. Loose rebound. Lamoureux and Quam comes out of there with it. Francis will push. Lamoureux on his back. Kick out. Ricky for 3 from the left corner. No good. Harvey the rebound. Scheibert looking for help. Lamoureux showed 3. He'll drive against Samuelson, and what a finish by the 5'9" Lamoureux.
Yeah, Lamoureux has been really active this game. The sophomore out of Sterling Heights, Michigan. I really like him.
Quam goes back to Eichelberger, short corner. Eichelberger driving that right hand, and he's so good with the right hand getting into the lane. Smart move by Quam going back to the short corner as the defense rotated away.
Yeah, and if you're any defender, you gotta know that Eichelberger loves to go to that right hand, and he finishes so strong there.
9-point lead for Alma, 9 minutes to play. Wheaton's got to start to close the gap. Scheibert moves it to Lamoureux into the corner. Marley. 8 seconds on the shot clock. Lamoureux pull up with the left-hand crossover, and he hit it.
Scots are not playing like a 1-5 team. They have a lot of confidence. They came into this building thinking they could win.
They're already almost 10 points over their season scoring average. Quam on the left, skip pass to Francis. Francis for three in front of the Wheaton bench, got it. Great skip from Zach Quam. So it's an 8-point lead now with 8 minutes to go. If Wheaton can shave off a point a minute, they're going to at least get 5 more. Marley to Scheibert. Scheibert spinning into the lane, off balance, no good, and Quam cleans up. Wheaton on the run out. Handoff Francis, shot fake, driving. Back to Quam. Thought about the three, gets it to Samuelson. Handoff to Francis. Francis, step back three. No good, the rebound, Scheibert.
That was great defense from Harvey. He stopped the drive and then closed out to force a difficult three-point attempt from Francis.
And Alma's going to call a timeout here with 7:29 to play. Both teams going to subs. Alma's going to come back with Bradfield here with 4 fouls. Could be a big opportunity for the Thunder. 7:29 to play. Alma leading 78-70. They will have 18 on the shot clock coming out of the timeout. They're shooting 55.6% from the field, 50% from three, and 8 of 9 from the free throw line. Wheaton shooting 38.9% from the field, 10 of 28 from the three-point line, and are 90%, 18 of 20 from the free throw line. They've been very good at the charity stripe. What we haven't seen, Francis has almost gotten halfway to the basket. We haven't really seen him try to finish the drive and really try to get to the free throw line with these Alma bigs and get them out of the game now, both of them with 4 fouls.
Yeah, and Francis, he scored the ball. I mean, he has 23 points, 6 of 16 shooting, but as you said, 14 of his 16 shots tonight have been from three. He's really resorted to launching from long range, which he can knock down. He's made 5 of them. But this zone has been effective in that, and now allowing Francis to create in other ways other than three-point shots.
Francis leads all scorers with 23. Ricky's got 17 to lead the Thunder. Eichelberger with 8, Gunter with 7. For Alma, 22 for Laquetta. He had 18 at the break. 10 for Gamble, 13 for Scheibert, 8 Stevens, and Lamoureux's got 7. Also Bradfield with 9. 18 on the shot clock for Alma coming out of the break. They move it to Marley. Trying to get Scheibert on a fade screen, and it comes back here with Holmes. Swung through to Scheibert with 8. Bradfield, he's got 4 fouls. He's going to drive on Eichelberger. Turnaround jumper from the elbow. No good, and Spencer Peterson with the rebound. Wheaton's got to score off a stop here, trailing by 8. Francis spinning. Step back to the corner, skip to Samuelson. Low pass, couldn't quite pull the trigger. Francis going to drive on Scheibert. There's a runner with the right hand, and he's fouled. There you saw it. Drive and get to the free throw line, and it goes against Scheibert. It's his 3rd. And Wheaton shooting free throws now for the last 7 minutes.
A good rip through there, not settling for the 3, attacking the basket and drawing the foul. Yeah, it's 7-1 fouls right now. As you said, Wheaton will be in the bonus. See if that comes to be a significant part of this game down the stretch.
Wheaton did a great job in the first half avoiding the early fouls. Their fouls were concentrated between Spencer and Peterson. They're the only ones. Jay's got 2, Peterson has 3, and then 1 each on Francis and Eichelberger. We mentioned 4 fouls on Bradfield, 4 fouls on Gamble, 3 on Holmes, 3 on Scheibert, 2 on Laquetta. Aston makes them both. Wheaton's back within 6. You got to continue to chip away here. They trailed by 9 with 9 minutes to go. They've got to within 6 now with just under 7. Stevens looking for room. Skips to the near side, Marley. Marley with isolation now with Laquetta. They've tried to get pick and pop. Holmes going to try to drive on Peterson. To the near side, Stevens. Good help poke from Francis. 5 on the shot clock, Bradfield. Almost lost a dribble. Marley, 3 on the shot clock. Marley out of control, 3, and of course it goes down.
Wow.
Of course it goes for Alma.
Only Marley's 2nd game of the season. He was out for the first 5 games. Now he has 6 points.
Spencer Peterson tries to answer, can't do it. Boy, that's a great way for Alma to start to build here. A quick shot off a make. Wheaton played 29 seconds of great defense, and Marley just had to chuck it. Another one attempt here. A nice job by Peters. 6 minutes to go. Wheaton trails by 9. Same spot they were 3 minutes ago. Samuelson finds Francis. Francis down the lane, leaves it for Spencer Peterson, and Marley takes it away. Marley around the high screen, driving, falls down on the kick as Laquetta guarded by Samuelson. Handoff Stevens. Alma's going to slow this game down, as they should. Don't be surprised to see a high pick and roll here with Laquetta. No, they're going to isolate and bring in Holmes. Stevens drives, left hand, good.
Stevens is a smooth player. 10 points, 6 assists, 3 rebounds. As you said it earlier on the broadcast, the offense runs around him. He has the ball a lot and he makes plays.
Samuelson holding left wing. Bounces into Eichelberger. Eichelberger with contact from Laquetta. Missed the shot. Peterson's going to get called for the foul on the rebound.
That'll be Peterson's 4th foul of the game.
Gunter, I think, was already coming in for him. Jay Spencer's going to come into the game as well. Stephen Harvey returning for Rob Holmes. Eichelberger out for Wheaton, replaced by Jay Spencer.
Yeah, if Wheaton's going to make a run, it has to be soon. Time's running out. Only 5 minutes left on the clock. 11 points, Scott's lead.
It's getting late early here for the Thunder. Inside of 5. Laquetta working against Samuelson. Swung around left side for Harvey. Harvey drives on Jay Spencer. Will pull it back out. Patient offense here from Alma the last 2 times with the ball. Content to just run it down inside of 10. They're going to go high pick and roll with Bradfield. He'll roll. Bradfield can't finish, but he's fouled by Gunter.
A good slip here to see on the replay. Bradfield noticed that Gunter had left early to hedge, so he slipped to the basket and there's no help.
Bradfield does struggle from the line, so the longer, he's a 57% free throw shooter, but the way Alma's shooting tonight, they're throwing the percentages out the window. And we talked about it at halftime. We haven't seen Bradfield and Gamble on the floor at the same time, but we might see it down the stretch. You're going to see it right now. They're going to go big with Holmes, Bradfield, Gamble, Marley, and Stevens. Stevens, the consummate floor general for Alma, has really got their offense in some great positions. Timeout Wheaton here with 4:34 to play, trailing by 12.
Yeah, if you're the Thunder, at this point, you need stop scores very consistently. You got to make a run. If you score, you can't allow them to score right back. That's how the time runs out.
Wheaton did a great job getting back to within 6 on the 2 Francis free throws, but it's been a 6-point run for Alma since. This game has been a game of runs. Tied at 32, they took off on a 5-point spurt that then led to a 20-9 run to close the half. Wheaton gets back within 5, and Alma just has the answer. Like you said a couple times, they are not playing like a 1-5 team tonight.
Oh, absolutely not. 11 of 22 from 3, 32 of 58 from the field in general, 55%. They are a team that came into this gym and just took it so far. It's not over. Wheaton can still come back. But right now, they just look like the team that came in more focused, more energized, and more confident.
We mentioned we had 10 lead changes in about the first 12 minutes. Alma hasn't trailed since. This game hasn't been tied since. This has been a pretty impressive effort from the Scots here, coming on the second night of a back-to-back, playing at home last night and then taking to the road tonight.
Yeah, it's kind of been a bad recipe with a long layoff for Wheaton from the win against Elmhurst. And also the fact that Alma plays a zone has slowed down this Thunder attack.
Samuelson finds Peters in the corner, trying to get Francis back. They do. Francis over Bradfield, blocked by Bradfield, rebound by Gamble. First block of the night for the all-time leading block leader for the Scots.
That was great recognition. He almost got sucked in, but he saw Francis getting screened for a 3, got out quickly, and contested the shot.
And again, Alma just going to slow this game down on their half of the floor. They've executed perfectly the last couple of possessions. Marley down the lane, out of control, and Gunter grabs the boards. Great job by Spencer to stay straight up. In transition, Samuelson left wing, drives to the baseline, back to Luke Peters. Finds Francis short corner, shot rolls around and out. Boy, a great look that won't fall down.
It's kind of the story of the night right there. A little shot for Francis. He makes that 9 times out of 10, rolls out tonight.
And again, Stevens using those big Both of them on the floor for the first time tonight, running that high double screen action. Down low, Samuelson working against Bradfield. Kick out three from Marley. I think he got a piece of it, and a rebound, and Bradfield's done with 3:22 left. I think that was Gunter running out at the three. You see it here. He does get a piece of it, and Bradfield trying to reach around Samuelson. So that's the fifth on Bradfield. Here comes Scheibert to take his spot. Bradfield's night ends with 10 points and 3 rebounds, just the 1 block.
Yeah, that was a bad foul on multiple levels. 1, he's out of the game. 2, that was so far from the basket, it wasn't really an aggressive foul. It was kind of a reach-in foul. And now Samuelson has a chance to make this just a 10-point game.
Wheaton's best free throw shooter, shooting over 90%. Has missed just 2 free throws all year, makes the first. Lamoureux into the game for Marley. Lamoureux's had an excellent second half. Ricky makes them both. Wheaton's 22 of 24 from the free throw line tonight. The lead's at 10 with 3:20 left. You wonder if and when Wheaton has to extend this pressure full court. Running Lamoureux off the baseline screen. Look, this is Holmes on the left wing, trying to get it into Gamble. It's denied well by Gunter. Now they swing it to Scheibert. Lobbed in, Gunter takes it away. Francis across the timeline now with 25 points. Gets it to Peters, wing left. High screen from Jay Spencer. Drives on Gamble. Can't finish. Jay Spencer the rebound and the putback. Leads down to 8.
There you go. That's how you start a run. Score, stop, score. You need another stop here.
And Stevens wisely pulls the break on the offense here as they come across the timeline. Scheibert going to drive, spins. Great contest by Gunter, and Spencer with the rebound. So this will end up being a big possession when we look at the last 2.5 minutes. Wheaton trailing by 8. High screen from Jay Spencer. Francis leaves it for Jay. Jay for 3. Got it! Timeout! Jay Spencer has struggled to find his rhythm all night, but he hits a big one to get Wheaton within 5. It's a 5-point run for the Thunder with 2:16 to go.
And that's what they needed. They scored. It started with the Bradfield foul. Samuelson, 2 free throws, stop. Spencer layup, Spencer 3. That's how you come back. They were down, I think 10 to 12 just a minute or 2 ago. And now all of a sudden, they're in striking distance.
Yeah, 7-point run for the Thunder here since it was an 84-72 lead with 4:35 to go. So 7-point run in about 2.5 minutes, just a shade under. Actually, just a shade over 2 minutes. So, but this has been the magic number. Wheaton's been here a couple times, and they haven't been able to get any closer. This is where Alma has collected themselves. They've run their offense well, and they've gotten good looks late in the shot clock. So Wheaton's going to have to really finish this possession.
Absolutely. And they just need to play discipline for 30 seconds. They can't allow any open shots late in the shot clock.
25 points for Francis. He leads all scorers. 19 for Samuelson. 22 for Laquetta. 13 for Scheibert. 10 for Stevens, Bradfield, and Gamble. Very similar output to what they had last year, where they had 6 guys in double figures. Big stop here for the big opportunity for a stop here for the Thunder as we count down towards 2 minutes left. Gamble will hand off Lamoureux, guarded by Francis. A high screen. Gunter's ready to pop. And they're going to run this clock down. Smart move by Lamoureux. Cross over to the bucket. Spencer is there, and he's blocked, but a foul is called on Jay Spencer. Here we'll see it on the Realty Executives replay.
I mean, I don't think that's foul.
I don't know. The arms come away from where they were initially, and that's usually where you see the whistle blow. So Lamoureux to the line where he's 1 of 2 on the season, 0 for 0 tonight, and he makes the first. Scheibert's going to come back in, replacing Laquetta.
That might just be a case where the 5'9 Lamoureux goes up against the 6'8 Spencer, and the ref just kind of assumes there's enough contact for a foul.
So he splits the pair, a big miss. 1:54 to go, 6-point lead for Alma. I'm Rusty Lindsay, joined by Caleb Springer. Francis drives down the lane. Francis kicks to the corner. Ricky shows 3, back to Francis. Shot fake, wide open 3, circle left. Got it! 3-point game with 1:37 to go.
Some clutch plays by the Thunder. Just 3-point deficit here with 1:30 left.
Wheaton lost a man for a second. Lamoureux with a good back cut. Holmes back to Stevens. 15 on the shot clock, 1:20 game clock. Stevens thought about the three, trying to drive into the corner. Lamoureux wide open for three. He missed it. Tip rebound, and Jay Spencer grabs it. That's a rebound that Wheaton has not gotten this season. Francis thought about the three, skips to Samuelson for the tie from the corner. It's short. Luke Peters the rebound, and he will leave it out. Tipped away by Samuelson. Francis grabs it. Inside a minute to go. Wheaton trails by three. Francis for the tie. No good. Samuelson trying to get the rebound. Scheibert has it.
And they just need to play defense here.
Need one stop.
13-second differential between the game clock and the shot clock.
And a timeout taken by the Scots here with 20 on the shot clock, 33.8. They backed off of Francis, who pulled a deep one from right in front of the stripe here in front of us. Here you'll see it on the Realty Executives replay. A great hit there. That's the one that cut it to three on the second chance. And here's the scramble. Samuelson does a nice job just knocking it loose. And with a man down, you would have liked to see them try to attack that, because as they've got a man going, they have a man who turns his back to the basketball. You would have liked to see Aston just drive that thing in and see if you can't even get an end one.
And you don't even do anything spectacular now if you're the Thunder. You know, just don't do anything. Don't try to get lucky. Don't try to jump a passing lane and get cut for a backdoor. You just need to play solid defense. Keep your man in front of you. Help each other out. Communicate. Rebound. And then go down and try to get a quick three-point shot. Wow, what a game it's turned out to be.
Wheaton trailed by 14, with about 4:35 to go. Wheaton has since then rambled off a 10-1 run. They need a stop and 3 points. They have fouls to give is the other thing. That's what's going to play in Alma's favor. If Wheaton gets beat, they can just grab them. Wheaton with no real foul trouble on the floor. Spencer Peterson has 4, but he sits on the bench. Gamble with 4 for Alma. He's on the floor. Bradfield has already fouled out. Marley will inbound on the floor with Gamble, Stevens, Lamoureux, and Harvey. Marley will find Stevens, who has really done a great job running this offense for Alma. Francis, Peters, Samuelson, Gunter, Spencer for Wheaton. About a 13-14 second shot clock, game clock difference. Gamble's going to roll. One-on-one. Stevens spins on Peters. Shot is good. Luke Peters caught an elbow to the face on the spin. Francis didn't touch the ball and the game clock started.
Wow. Yeah, Peters got clocked in the face on that spin move from Stevens.
Should have been, the basket was scored with 15.5, and the clock's at 14.4.
Yeah, I don't think they shouldn't have allowed the pass.
Should be 1.1 back on the clock. Not sure what we're doing here. Alma gets the sub. Mike Showers jumping up and down because they're not even fixing the clock. And he storms down into the corner. Aston Francis pulled his hands back to just to show that he wasn't close to touching the ball. They were about to put it back into play with 14.5. That's right where it was 15.5. Now if you're Wheaton, you don't need the 3 right off the bat. You can try to extend this game. Remember, this is a team that struggles from the foul line on the year. Luke Peters will trigger the inbound from half court. It comes into Francis. High screen from Jay Spencer. Francis for 3. No good. Rebound to Rob Holmes, and he's fouled immediately with 9.5 left. A good look for Francis. He just left it short.
A valiant comeback for Wheaton. It's not over yet. They still need to get up. Full court defense, try to get a steal.
Marley and Harvey come back in. replacing Holmes and Scheibert.
This is just a case of a little bit too late. The effort came with 4 minutes left of the game. You need that for 40 minutes.
White foul.
And a foul before the ball is inbounded against Luke Peters. Again, that's just Wheaton's 6th, so they've got to foul one more time to send Alma to the free throw line. Marley took a while to get it into Lamoureux, and the foul comes with 8.1. So Lamoureux will go to the free throw line for the 1-and-1. It's a heck of a victory for Alma and a heck of a turnaround after getting skunked at home last night by North Central. They're going to get their first win against the CCIW after going 0 for their first 4. That 1-5 can look rough, but they've played 4 games against the top half of the CCIW. As Lamoureux misses the free throw, Spencer the rebound. They will push ahead to Francis. Francis, 3 in front of the bench. No good. Rebound by Scheibert. That's going to do it. Alma comes into King Arena, shoots 52%, and they're going to storm out of here with their second win of the year.
Wow, what a game. A little bit too much, too little, too late. And Alma shocks the Thunder here at King Arena. Led by Laqueta's 22 points, will go down to the court for the post-game interview.
Our coach, a frustrating game for your team. You get back within 5 a couple times in the second half. It just seemed like every time they had the answer.
Well, yeah, they played very well. I mean, I've been talking about it, listen, we're just not very good defensively, and a lot of it is I've got players I need to play for the offensive side of the ball that aren't very good defensively, and guys that are really good defensively that struggle at times offensively. And unless we correct it, we're going to have a lot of games like this. The team that deserved to win tonight won. They outplayed us.
Your team obviously looked like they struggled a little bit to get to the inside of the zone, settling for over 33 pointers tonight. What did they do well with their zone that kind of kept you out of the paint for much of the night?
Well, I mean, if we put up 82 in this building, we should win. So we certainly should have got it around the paint more. We're a perimeter team. I mean, our 2 leading scorers are perimeter guys. But if you give up 87 in here, you're going to lose.
Your team has struggled at times on the rebounding aspect of the game. You out-rebounded by about 10 in the second half. What did you see better tonight, and especially in the second half, to at least be competitive on the boards?
Yeah, I mean, to say we've struggled a little bit is an understatement. We're a very poor rebounding team. And I'm thankful we get to rate officials.
An 87-82 victory here for Alma. They go to 2-6. Wheaton goes to 6-3. Our next broadcast will be January 3rd here on WTSN when Wheaton hosts Carroll University, a 7 o'clock tip-off. I'll have that call with Tim Martin. Thanks for tuning in here tonight to Wheaton Thunder Basketball. Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year to all of you watching at home.